Hello Scorpio, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energy and predictions for the sign of Scorpio for the end of April. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get into this reading for you here. So the timeline on this reading is from the final week of April, so let's call it April 21st, until May 12th, which is the full moon in your sign in Scorpio. So we'll see what's coming forward for you here as we close out the month of April and we move into May. Go ahead and get all the cards out here and in view. Then we'll get right into this reading for you, Scorpio. All right. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we're all set up. Perfect. All right, Scorpio, energy on the bottom. You have the Ten of Cups. Amazing. Ten of Cups is an incredible sign in a tarot reading. This can basically represent total happiness in your life. And so I feel like for some of you, you're coming towards a closure around something. There's some closure here pretty clearly. You actually have 3 tens in this reading, which is, this is something that doesn't always happen or appear in a tarot reading. And so I definitely think that you're coming to a closure around something, you're coming to a completion. Interestingly enough, I think that this could be for many of you in different areas of your life, right? This is one of these readings where we have a variety of suits here. Actually, the predominant suits are wands and pentacles. So that's typically connected to career stuff when you see those 2 suits in a tarot reading, okay? So there could be some sort of happy or positive outcome or completion in your career, maybe even in your financial situation. There maybe are some of you that are here for love, but I think that's probably most of you are going to be here for career and work. So let's try to dive in here. So we start off with the Ten of Cups, of course, which is a completion. Basically, whatever you want in life. If you look at the Ten of Cups, there's like a happy family on the card, and then there's also a house in the background. And so I connect that card not only to family, not only to happiness generally in one's life, but also to real estate as well. And I definitely think that there could be a real estate situation, maybe something connected to selling a house, selling a property, or even purchasing one as well. Maybe you're finally getting that dream home sometime, or the seed is being planted for that dream home for you sometime here as we close out April. In the middle of the reading, we do have the Ten of Wands, another completion here showing up. So we have the Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Tens are always the final card in the minor arcana. And this 10 in particular, this Ten of Wands here, it represents your ability to do hard things, okay? This person is at the finish, they've crossed the finish line, but they still have more work, they still have more things to do. And not only are they capable of doing that, but they're willing and ready to do the hard work. So this is really a card of digging in and absolutely completing something, okay? Typically in career. Each one of these each one of these wands that this person is holding represents experience or knowledge earned or gained along the way. So this Ten of Wands person is also very wise, okay? So I think that this is a period of time where you are ready to take action, actually. Yeah, I think this is a period of time where you're ready to do what you have to do here, Scorpio. In the first column, you have the Nine of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Hermit card. All right, so it's interesting because you have the Ten of Wands in the middle. This middle card is the overarching energy because each card touches the Ten of Wands. But there may be a tendency or a feeling or something along those lines to maybe resist or to even give up. The reason I say that is this Nine of Wands person here really wants to get to the finish line. And they're basically at the finish line. They really want to cross the finish line. They're basically there, but they're being met with some resistance, okay? You can see that this person's in like a serious stance here. But you can see that their wand is in the sand. And the idea here is that the Nine of Wands says it's time to dig in and it's time to not give up. The worst thing you can do when you get the Nine of Wands is to give up. And so what I like here is, while you may be feeling tired or a little bit overwhelmed or exhausted, you are definitely not doing that, okay? You're definitely not giving up because you have the 9 into the 10 of Wands, into the 9 of Cups. You actually have a really nice diagonal here. I think if I'm putting this all together, your hard work at this time is really, really going to be paying off, Scorpio. I really do. So I think I see some of you here having some sort of like big task that you have to do, or it may feel like a big task, but it's a task that is important to you, okay? There's a task that's important to you, and I see you successfully closing this out and actually finishing it. You then have the Two of Wands here. Again, Wands connects to career situations typically in the tarot, and the Two of Wands can really represent this idea of having unlimited potential. You can see here that the world is in the palm of their hands. They can really go anywhere from here. All right, they see the potential in their situation. And it can also represent choices, decisions, and actions, okay? So while this person recognizes the potential and they see everything in front of them, they still need to take action, right? They still need to go for it. And it can represent an important choice typically in the tarot. And so there is this big message for you, Scorpio, around taking action on whatever it is that you need to complete at this time. And I see you doing that. But you also see the light at the end of the tunnel with the Two of Wands, particularly in career and financial situations here. Finally, you have the Hermit. The advice here might be to take as much time as you need to nourish yourself, right? The Hermit can represent being in isolation or taking alone time, taking some quiet time. This could really, really help you. It could help your energy body, so to speak. If you can find some periods of time to rest and be alone a little bit. This doesn't mean you have to completely isolate yourself 100% of the time. But if you have an hour or 2 hours or whatever, even just 30 minutes of alone time to read or do something that you enjoy doing, contemplate the situation, this could be really, really helpful for you at this time. You may need to recharge here with the Hermit card. In the middle column, you have the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So this Two of Pentacles here, this person is kind of like, it represents this, your situation maybe being in like a state of flux, right? Like when you see the Two of Pentacles, it can mean that money's coming in, money's going out type deal. It can represent changes generally in life. You can see the waves in the background crashing. And it says that, there may be some changes here happening. You really need to look at the supporting cards when you see the Two of Pentacles, because whether the change is positive or not so positive really depends, based on the tarot reading, on what cards are around it. Now you do have it's interesting here, you do have the Five of Pentacles next to it, which Two of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles could indicate loss, financial loss. But you also have the Ten of Pentacles touching the Two of Pentacles here as well, which Two of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles would indicate gain. So the idea here is it's almost like your situation is not totally defined yet. There may be some pieces that are still in the air, so to speak, just like this person on the Two of Pentacles card. Their pentacles are in the air. They're kind of juggling. The situation's kind of like they're trying to keep all the plates in the air. So it's almost like your situation's not totally defined yet. Your situation is going to be defined by the actions you take, Scorpio, at this time, very, very clearly here in this reading. Your actions are really going to pay off here, or your inaction as well, is going to determine the outcome for you. And I think what's nice is with this Two of Pentacles in the upper row is the Two of Pentacles, the upper row is the row of your thoughts. I think you realize and you recognize how important it is, how important the actions are at this time. Like, if you don't do anything, you're probably not going to get the outcome you deserve, right? Or the outcome that you want, I should say. You're probably not going to get the outcome that you want if you don't do anything. Finally here, we've talked about the Ten of Wands already. Finally here, you have the King of Pentacles. This can be somebody in the financial services area, so you could think like real estate agent, loan officer, financial manager, tax, accountant type person. But on a much different level, the King of Pentacles, this can also be somebody who's very quite successful as well. As you see that they are on the throne, they have the pentacle in their hand, they have the wand in their hand, and this person has really risen through the ranks. And typically in the tarot, the King of Pentacles is a wealthy person. Now, on a different level, the King of Pentacles says that in order to achieve the results and the success that you want, it's very important to have healthy and solid habits and routines. This person has gotten to their throne by having really healthy routines. And so, this idea of like maybe getting up a little bit early so you have more time or whatever it is, even if you get up early to have some alone time, maybe to meditate or to read or to integrate into the day, something like this here could be very important for you. You then have the Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups, okay? So you have two outcomes here, right? You see the Two of Wands, there are two wands on the Two of Wands. You see the two pentacles, there are two pentacles. Choice A, choice B, right? And choice A could be Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands, Nine of Cups. Choice B could be Hermit, Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles. You're probably going to want to go with choice A, okay? Because the outcome here is dream fulfillment, wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. Okay, this person has realized their dream. They've realized their goal. And they are kind of like in the now. They're in the moment. And they're taking a moment to relax and also celebrate the victory that they've achieved and celebrate the wish that they have fulfilled in their life. Very positive card. It's interesting, you have 9 and 10 of Wands as well as 9 and 10 of Cups. So you have some huge progressions here. It's almost like many of you are really at the precipice. You're very close to completing something. 10 of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups is an incredible sign. It's everything you want in life. That combination is everything. It's total happiness, good family, money, basically everything. Building an empire, leaving a legacy, that type of energy when you get the 10 and the 10 of Pentacles and Cups in a reading. Finally, you have the 5 of Pentacles, which is the opposite of the 10 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles can indicate scarcity. And so it's almost like the choice, based on the action here, right? You've got two timelines, two outcomes here. And it's all going to be derived from the action that you take and whether or not you persist in this completion. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at clarifying this reading even more. We'll start off by pulling some oracle cards here. Okay. And energy in the bottom. You can't even make this up. You have take action, right? It's amazing sometimes how these oracle cards really, really do support the reading. And I've been talking about this the entire time. This is very, very important. I'm actually going to take this and put it here so we can see it. Actually, the card below the bottom card is trust as well. Sometimes we have to just trust in divine timing and allow, as long as we're doing the things that we have to do, trust that we are on the right path. You then have the situation will improve, success, and meditation brings answers. I think I did also talk about meditation here. If you want to do that, that's totally up to you. That's totally your choice. I know personally for me, I go through periods of time where I really, really enjoy meditation practice, and then there are times where I don't meditate at all. So, it's sort of like one of those things where it's typically a benefit in your life. So you can maybe think about that. But you do have definite signs of success here. That is for sure. But this idea of taking action is critically important for you, Scorpio. All right, let's go ahead and try to clarify these original 9 cards by pulling some more cards here, tarot cards. Now, Scorpio, I do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good. And I do really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here. All right. See what we have going on for you. Okay, so you do have the Ace of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords here in the first clarifications. Okay, so we now have a very interesting situation developing here for you, which is the Nine of Wands into the Ten of Wands, Nine of Cups into the Ten of Cups, and then the Nine of Pentacles into the Ten of Pentacles. That almost never happens. It is possible, like I have gotten 3 tens in a reading before, for sure, but to get all of the cards before the 10, right, to get three tens, 3 nines, is it's quite rare in a reading. And to me, this is a sure sign that, assuming that you persist through your goal, right? If you don't give up on this goal or this vision or this dream that you have, this feels like it's coming in for you, okay? It feels like it's coming in. Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is really self-sufficient, okay? They're financially independent. The Nine of Pentacles is all about financial independence. And also, this person's really figured out the key. You could say the key to life in a way, in that they have one hand on their money and they also have one hand available for things that they like to do, right? So they realize that they are comfortable, they're set, they don't have to worry about money, and they, at the same time, they don't allow money to dominate their life. They also kind of divide their time between their financial situation and their interests in life. And for you, what's nice here is with the Nine of Pentacles on top of the Two of Wands, you see that potential for yourself. Okay, you see that potential for yourself. You then have the Knight of Swords, which really can indicate decisive action in the tarot. And I've been saying this throughout this whole reading, it really is a time for you to take action and to go for something here. Finally, the Ace of Cups is a happy new beginning in the tarot typically. This can say that something that you've wanted to come in for a long time can be starting for you, particularly in a reading like this, which is interesting because technically after the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Cups would come next because the cycle would restart. And I think that you see light at the end of the tunnel here with that Nine of Wands and the Ace of Cups. You know that if you just put in the hard work now in this final period here of April and into May, that you will see the outcome that you want. Okay, you do have the Page of Pentacles on the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Chariot. It really does feel like some of you want to throw in the towel here. It's really not the time to do that. The reason I say that is because you have the Five of Cups with the Ten of Wands. You may feel a little overburdened by the amount of work on your plate or all of the responsibilities that you have. The Ten of Wands can represent responsibilities, and the Five of Cups can represent like feeling down or melancholy about something. But remember, one or two cards never makes a reading, especially when we're pulling 18 cards here. So you have a extremely, extremely positive reading and outcome for yourself. But with the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands, it's like some of you want to stop what you're doing, or like you feel like you will never complete it, but you absolutely will with 3 tens and 3 nines for sure in this reading. What's interesting here is some of you may have an offer or invitation in the financial areas of your life with the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. This could be an offer to increase the amount of income that you're generating. So this could be like a job raise. I oftentimes see the Page of Pentacles come in during job raise scenarios, or even signing off on a new employment contract or something like this here. But with the influence of the Two of Pentacles, it can indicate a change in the income, okay? For sure. So that is very positive, especially with the supporting cards here that you have. Maybe you've really been working hard on an interview process. Like maybe you've been through 2 different interviews and you're now on the 3rd and final interview. Something like this here could be showing up. You then have the Chariot, which is a card of success. And the success here is through your action, your decisive action, and also the habits and the routines, the daily habits and routines that you can choose if you want to take on with the King of Pentacles and the Chariot. It's also the idea of as above, so below. Sometimes we just have to do everything that we can and then allow the universe to guide us. Because as long as we're doing everything that we can, there's nothing else we can do, right? Other than, trust, really. You then have the Knight of Wands, the Hermit, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay? So, Knight of Wands, I love to see this for you. This is somebody who is a jack of all trades in the tarot, right? This is somebody who is living an epic life as well. I always like to say Knight of Wands is like van life or solo traveler card. Somebody who, you know, is a digital nomad or a van lifer or whatever. And somebody who kind of just is a globetrotter or kind of lives an epic life. You can fit that into your situation. But the Knight of Wands is also a high skill card. It also potentially comes forward when you're ready to change your residence or your living situation. So I think that your skill, more likely for this type of reading, your skill is being recognized. I do see some of you maybe moving with the Chariot and the Knight of Wands as well. The Hermit is coming in once again here to take some alone time and contemplate your situation, okay? And really take some period of time here to think about what you want. You then have the Six of Pentacles, which can indicate inflow, outflow as well, especially with the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. For sure what's going on here is some of you are really contemplating the money generation, like the money generation in your life, like the way that where your income is derived from. This is something that you're really, really looking to take action on. On the bottom here, you have the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground, right? This is definitely not a time to play small. This is a time to go for it here, Scorpio. I think I've been saying that for your sign for a while now anyway. Let's go ahead and close out this reading here by pulling some additional cards. We'll take a look at what is in the Kipper energies for you here, Scorpio. Okay. Toil and labor. Yeah, you're ready to do the work here. Change. Some of you are moving for sure. Mature woman. Child. Expectation, and concern. I think some of you have some family responsibilities here, whether this is taking care of a child or maybe an aging parent or an elder, for sure. And there's definitely a high expectation being placed on you in your situation. But it's almost like this is like where you are, right? This is where you are. And it's really up to you on what you want to make of this situation and how, like, where you want to take this. Okay, because you have a ton of options here. You have at least two or more options. You have at least two options, two paths that you can go down. Neither are wrong. But one, I think, both have okay, this is my feeling, like, all roads will lead to the same path eventually, right? And so, for example, in life, if you mess up, you'll eventually get back on the path. That's my feeling. That's my feeling. But there is one outcome here that is more favorable, and it's really going to be about what you do with the situation in front of you. I do see some of you moving as well. So this is what I have. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.